Hey, what's going on, everyone? This is Garret Rumbea, fitness professional and nutrition expert, and I want to apologize that I have not made a video in such a long time. I've just been so busy with work, with family, and just trying to make it to the top. I know you can relate to that. Always trying to be better than I was yesterday. But now that I'm back, I wanted to give you a little bit of information on nutrition, since that's what I do specialize in. And one of the things I want to talk about is a theory called calories in versus calories out, or the law of thermogenesis. Now, the law states that if you burn more calories than you consume, then you will lose weight. And there was actually a study done by this guy, I don't know exactly, I think he was a professor, but he did a study where he consumed only Twinkies. He only consumed Twinkies for I don't know how long a period of time, and I guess he made sure the calories was lower than what he burned for every day, and in the end he did prove that you do lose weight. But if you look at this guy, he was not muscular, he was skinny fat. Let's call him that, skinny fat. When people look at the scale and stuff, you have to make sure what kind of weight you're losing. Are you losing muscle? That's very bad. You don't want to lose muscle. Or are you using body fat? And that's the goal. And that's what I like to get to, or what I like the focus to be: fat loss, not weight loss or muscle loss. Okay? So, yes, that theory is true. You do need an energy deficit in order to lose fat. So, that is one thing. But here's the thing, that that theory tells us why things happen. It doesn't tell us how they happen, and that's the problem. Here's the thing with consuming Twinkies. Okay, let's say I'm overweight. Okay, and there's possibility that I can consume Twinkies, only Twinkies, and stay underneath my calorie intake for the day. Make sure I'm burning more calories than I consume. And there's a possibility that I will not lose weight, and that's because of hormones. Now, when you consume, let me give you an analogy. Actually, I want to talk about something called insulin resistance and insulin sensitivity. Now, there's an analogy I've heard from someone online, and I like it, and it explains it very well. So let's say that we have two individuals, okay? One of them is insulin sensitive, one of them is insulin resistant, okay? For this insulin sensitive person, and here's the analogy, we're going to take a FedEx truck, okay? The FedEx truck is the transportation system, or we're going to call it insulin, okay? And the FedEx truck is going to deliver packages, and those packages are going to be considered glucose. And the destination of those packages are going to be our muscle cells, our muscles, okay? So for someone who is insulin sensitive, it only takes one FedEx truck. It only takes a little bit of insulin to deliver a lot of glucose, to deliver a lot of packages to a lot of locations, so different muscles everywhere throughout the body. Okay, that's the type of person who can consume pizza, Oreos, tacos, anything you can name, ice cream, and the next day they're even leaner than they were the day before. So that's someone who is very insulin sensitive. On the other hand, if you have somebody who is overweight, or I'm going to say insulin resistant, it takes many FedEx trucks. It takes a lot of insulin to deliver only a little bit of glucose, only a little bit throughout one location. So for that person, what happens when there's all these trucks trying to deliver one package to one location? There's a whole bunch of crashes, accidents, dogs getting run over, old ladies getting hit, houses getting crashed into, and eventually the package is delivered, and it's just stored away as fat. So that's somebody who is insulin resistant. So if you can understand what I'm trying to tell you here, someone who, let's say we have a lean individual and a more heavier individual who's carrying more body fat, and they both consume the same diet that is required for them to lose weight, yet because of some of the types of foods that are in the heavier person's diet, the insulin is not able to push the glucose to the right places, the muscles, so it's just getting stored as fat compared to this other guy who is very lean. So calories in versus calories out at that point could get thrown right out the window. It doesn't matter. So you have to also look at the type, quality, and the timing of certain nutrients in order to maximize your potential to see great changes with your physique. So, and I just mentioned, so another important thing with nutrition is not only the nutrient amount. I said, of course, you do need an energy deficit in order to lose weight, but also the nutrient type or quality. What kind of foods are you eating? Are you eating a lot of foods from restaurants or healthy stores, or even boxed foods? You know, make sure you look at the ingredients of what these foods say. They might say 20 grams of this, 20 grams of that, 30, whatever, blah, blah, blah. But if you look at the ingredients, a box that says no sugar, the ingredients could have molasses in it. It could have sucralose in it. Those are all sugars, guys. It's gonna react to your body the same way a sugar would. So I'm all about making home cooked meals, so I know exactly what's going into these products that I'm into my foods and what's going into my body, so that I know it's taking me one step closer to the body that I want. And the last thing is the timing of certain nutrients. Now, for fat loss, the best time to consume carbohydrates is immediately after your workout with protein. Okay, that's because your body is very efficient at pushing it to where it needs to go. That's not for all cases, though. In some cases, some people who are carrying more body fat don't even need carbohydrates. You already have glycogen stores that need to be, you're not going to die, I'm telling you. Some of you probably thinking like, no carbs? Oh my God, you're crazy. You can get them from vegetables. Hell, I'm telling you, if you try that, you probably see so quick results, very fast results, as long as you're following the nutrient amount and nutrient type tips that I gave you. But I mean, something that I do for my clients that are carrying more body fat is I put them on an insulin reset diet for the first 4 to 6 weeks that they sign up with me. Now, basically what that does is I completely take out the carbohydrates from their diet. They want to kill me. They want to strangle me. For the first 2 weeks, you get used to it. And then when you start seeing results, you like it, you know? You're like, wow, I couldn't believe that this is all it took for me to lose the weight or lose the fat. But anyway, I take it completely out of their diet, and I actually start them off with a little bit of carbs only after their workouts, starting from like 30 grams of carbs, and then I'll slowly build it up to the end of the month, maybe to about 100 grams, depending on how they're doing, how their progress is. I might put it on different times of the day. It really just depends, and each individual is different. You really got to take a deep look at how their body works. Something that works for me might not work for you or the other person. That's the problem with these generic diets. You know, it's generalized for. It was made for one person, and people do get results, but not everybody can get those same results from that diet. That's why I like to personalize or individualize diets. And even if I start you with one thing, if you're progressing and everything's going good, let's keep the same thing. But let's say somebody that's on the same diet stops seeing results. Then it's time for me to tweak a little something. But at that point, you have to make sure you're following some type of structure. Because if there isn't, it's kind of hard for me to pick out what's wrong or what can I tweak. If you're eating fast food here, restaurants there, you're following diets some days not, you know, then what's going wrong? I don't even know what to start, you know, in order to correct the issue to allow for progress. So those are the 3 main things that come into creating a nutrition program. The nutrient amount, we have to make sure we're in an energy deficit. We have to make sure we're burning more calories than we consume, but not to such a restrictive point to where certain hormone functions are going to shut down or slow down or even shut down, such as leptin. If you're consuming a very low calorie diet, which most of the people I've spoken to or I've worked with do start out eating low calorie diets, not from my recommendation, but that's what they were doing before they saw me. And basically what that does is it lowers your leptin levels. If your leptin levels gets lowered, which the leptin influences your T3 and T4 thyroid hormones, which regulate your metabolism. So if you're on a very low calorie diet, your metabolism is going to slow down and you're not going to burn no fat. You know, your body doesn't know that there's a McDonald's down the block or there's a supermarket or there's food in the fridge. It's programmed to just start storing anything it can so that you can survive, so your body can live. So that's why nutrient amount is very important, but making sure that you're burning more than you consume. But I always like to exercise more rather than decrease calories, and that's always what I do. If you're not losing weight, I'll increase the exercise. If you're not losing weight at that point, then I'll decrease the calories a bit. But that's the first thing: nutrient amount, nutrient type. Make sure you're cooking your meals at home, guys, as much as possible. so you know exactly what's going into your body. Make sure you're looking at the ingredients on whatever you buy. If there's some words that you can't pronounce on the ingredients list, it's probably not not good for you. Especially if there's a lot of things on the ingredients list, it's not good for you. I mean, all my stuff that I get, chicken, I mean, what's in there? Chicken. Raw chicken. Fish, it's just fish, you know. Eggs, even if you're going to go get cheese or even butter, you can get different kinds of butter that have a whole bunch of ingredients, but you can get natural, just pasteurized from or derived from milk butter, which is going to be a lot better than all that crap that they put in other stuff. But just the focus of this is to be conscious of what you're eating, how much you're eating, and when you're eating certain foods, which is the last thing, the nutrient timing. The time that you're going to, in regards to fat loss, the time that you're going to benefit most from carbs is right after your workout. Any other time, you can consume protein and fats. That way you're not spiking your insulin unnecessarily and getting more fatter. Unfortunately, that's the case. But just keep in mind that consuming a lot of protein as well can spike your insulin too. So just keep that in mind, and make sure you're eating vegetables, a lot of cruciferous vegetables like broccoli, cauliflower, Brussels. That actually slows down the digestion of certain foods. Well, thanks for watching, guys. I hope this video was very informative for you, and I hope you can actually use some of this information to create your own nutrition program and help maximize your fat loss results so that you can get the body that you've been dreaming about all your life. It's time to get that right now. Start doing everything the right way. Stop messing up tomorrow. If you mess up, get back on it and just try to stay on track. For it takes months, guys. This doesn't happen overnight. It can take 6-12 months to get the body that you want, depending on where you're at currently. I know for me to get right now, I'm just seeing my six-pack from maybe 4 months ago when I had gained 45 extra pounds when my wife got pregnant, and man, it sucked. I was fat. I saw a picture that I took of myself. I was fat, and thank God I'm almost back to where I was, and hopefully by February of next year I'm going to be freaking shredded, and that's what I'm aiming for. But like I said, if you can see the time span there, now it's months. It's not 1 month. It's not a few weeks. I started 4 months ago, and I'm going to be finished in February. What is that for? And that's almost like 6 to 7 months that I'm training and trying to eat right in order to see a certain goal. So just learn that this is not a quick fix. This is a lifestyle change, and if you want that kind of body that you're dreaming about, then you have to do it this way. There's no other way around it. Nutrition is 51% of your results. It's more than half of the percentage of your results. So make sure you do your nutrition right. If you have any questions, guys, please comment below or write me a message on Facebook. You can like us on Facebook at facebook.com/gr8.training.systems, or you can visit my website at www.greattrainingsystems.com. I hope this video helped you guys. I'm just blabbering off right now, but I'm going to try and make more videos as often as possible for you guys, at least once a week, because I want to give you guys information. I want to help you guys. I want you guys to see results. So that's it, guys. Have a great night. Peace out.